Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 113, Nightmare Night Hag. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and snappily dressed in that I'm wearing my nighttime clothes, Dungeon Master Michael Corley, and with me tonight is Lee. Wait, no, Lee isn't with us because he's not in this episode. And that means that Riley is with us. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
Excellent. And also with us is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Dare, and I am playing Tix Birchmanson, your mighty, diminutive gnome cleric.
Mighty indeed. And speaking of mighty, we have James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. I'm James. I am playing Penton Chalice, a spell scale sorcerer. And if you're a Harlan Ellison fan out there, I have no mouth and I must scream.
You have been reduced to a goo boy by evil computers. And also with us tonight is Izzy, possibly not a goo boy. Tell us who you will be playing.
Hello everyone, my name is Izzy, I am a goo boy, and tonight I will be playing the role of Marezi Mugra, half-orc barbarian, good at making traps, not good at talking to people.
Not good at the word make speak. When we last left our players, they had successfully made their way to Timberspire on a quest to find the tiefling artificer Prognati, believing that he may have a way to heal the staff of Seraphim. Making their way there, they found that it was overrun by a ice devil, and they managed to defeat the ice devil in very unique and very cool ways. However, when they did finally find the artificer in his workshop, they found that he had put himself into an enchanted sleep with the help of a Hearth Stone. No, not the one from World of Warcraft. This Hearth Stone is originally owned by a night hag, a incredibly dangerous, incredibly evil creature that is known to ride the dreams of people, driving them mad and draining them of vitality and finally extracting their soul larva. But this one was placed on his chest, and he had a hole in his heart, and that hole was giving him this enchanted sleep. And Penton, even though he had been temporarily robbed of his mouth, had deduced that the only way to wake him, outside of waiting another 18 months, would be to actually go into the dreams of Prognati and bring him out. You all, except for Distant Bells, who decided to wait and guard over you, we'll get to what's going on with all of that, you make your way into the dreams. You find yourself in a square. I believe I said it was Massgate, but if I didn't, it's Massgate. You're in downtown Massgate, basically. Everyone is walking about in a normal way, and then everyone stops. Everyone turns and looks at all of you, and everyone has the face of a night hag. I don't know if you've seen a night hag, but they are not pretty to look upon. They are terrifying. They have mottled gray and green skin. They have a pointed nose, gnashing teeth, horns coming out from ebony black hair, and pinprick eyes filled with evil. And they are all menacing you.
I'm glad it's not Jem Malkovich.
Exactly. I was thinking that one, even nerdier, I was thinking of the Next Generation episode where all of the characters are Data. If you want to get super nerdy. Before they advance upon you, which they clearly seem to be doing, would anyone like to?
Tix will say, "Hello, everyone. Don't mind us. We're just here for the sights and sounds of the city."
Okay.
And he will cast protection from evil.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing the same thing.
And protection from evil, just for our listeners, protects you, correct?
Protects me,
Yeah, the individual, yes.
the individual, both from mental and physical attacks, and gives me a little boost of protection.
That is all very important. And James, did I hear, by the way, as you land in Dreamland, your mouth reappears, which is nice.
Yes, thank you.
Kind of necessary for casting spells and also breathing if your nose is stuffy.
True. But yes, protection from evil is the thing to do, I believe.
Okay. Both of you cast that, and one of the townsfolk, it appears to be like a fisherman's wife, with the face of the hag, comes up to you, Penton, and raises a hand and begins to bring it down, and then just kind of you've seen that before, where it can't lay a hand on you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And it says, "Give us the Hearth Stone, and we will give you the artificer."
Well, that seems like a fair deal.
Do we have the Hearth Stone?
You glance kind of like over your head, Merezi, and where there would normally be a daytime sun, there is the glowing Hearthstone. I said this particular Hearthstone actually looks like it is a kind of like a green emerald, and it is glowing. Penton, though you certainly have never seen a Hearthstone before, you believe that Prognati has done something to this one. It has been altered in some way. Obviously, like, you know enough to know that you can't just take a Hearthstone and put yourself into an enchanted sleep with it.
Right, I'm sure something went on more than that.
So, exactly. So you definitely suspect that something has happened. And one of the other figures comes up, and unfortunately, I was trying to find the names so that I could be super cool with my callback, but Tix, you recognize this as the sheriff of Masgate when you had your adventure. And he's holding out his symbol of Garl Glittergold, but he has the face of the Night Hag. And he points up to the sky, and he says, "Give it to us!" And you can see that instead of the sun is this giant Hearthstone. By the way, the physicality of the Hearthstone was that it was on his chest. He was holding it in his hand.
Do you mean like you want us to go up and grab the sun, or do you mean like the one that the dude's holding?
He just wants us to romance the stone. That's all it is.
Right out from under him.
Okay.
Merezi leans her head up and puts her hands beside her mouth.
You're pretty!
What does she yell?
You're pretty!
Oh, yes. That's, I mean, under normal circumstances, I'm sure any female would swoon from that. But,
I mean, yeah.
you know, it's a stone. So I'm going to look toward the hag of Dreamville and say to her, well, this is a dream. You know that, right? And usually the person who's in control of the dream is the person doing the dreaming. So I think we need to find him, and maybe we can get him to give you the stone.
And the crowd kind of parts a little bit, and you recognize from her outfit, this is actually Scald, the elf woman who you have gotten to know, Penton. And she does not have the face of the Night Hag.
Oh.
But there is something very different about her in that her eyes are not clouded over.
Yeah.
Is looking at you.
That's weird.
And she says, so this is weird.
Wait, is that actually you?
I think so. Is that actually you? Because I've never actually seen you before.
Well, here I am, and I don't think you've seen a lot of things before.
Well, I did lose my sight when I was quite young, but
Yeah.
I did see, and she kind of looks around at all of the hag faces. Not great, by the way.
No, well, this is a dream. This is someone's dream that we're in right now. I'm not sure how you got here. I'm wondering if the eyeball doesn't have something to do with it. I mean, 'cause-
Well, is there any powerful artifacts nearby?
well, we've been carrying one for quite some time, but
Well, she kind of looks up into the sky.
oh, well,
Are
and there's
there
that
any
too.
Powerful artifacts nearby?
And just your luck. It's a gem, so it's right up your alley.
Is that a Hearth Stone glowing in the sky?
I surmise that it is. I've never seen one before, but all signs point to yes.
Huh. This is the weirdest dream I've ever had.
So far, I'm liking it. I don't know about you. I mean, ugly hags and all, but I'm okay with it.
And I'm so happy. Constable Zhang, which Dare. I wish there were gold stars that I could give out as a dungeon master, because no one takes better notes than Dare. Not that y'all all haven't done a good job in different ways, but Dare's notes are impeccable, and even I can't find in my personal wiki his name. But yes, so Constable Zhang comes up with the face of the night hag and says, "It's very simple. We would like the Hearth Stone so that we can leave. We are trapped here because of the machinations of the artificer. So, if you could give it to us, we would happily make our way out and trouble you no more."
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, we need to find the dreamer and wake him up and say, "Hey, we need to give this stone back to the nice lady, so that everyone's happy." So let's do it. Let's find the guy somewhere in this dream world. Have you seen him?
He is hiding from us. We are most displeased with him for trapping us in our own hearthstone.
Well, I imagine it's terrible, but maybe a more friendly face, no offense, will maybe convince him to move on, especially since we have news from the outside that he's probably interested in.
Yeah, we killed the guy he was hiding from, so where do you last see him?
The last place that we have seen him is in the inn. And, it's weird because of dream logic.
Mm-hmm.
That they're talking about the inn, Grundle's Inn, where y'all had occasionally gone in Massgate. That's what they're referencing. And now the Witch of the Lowlands, who was never really in Massgate, but nevertheless comes out, who had popped out of a meteor, basically.
Right.
Comes up with the face of a night hag, and she walks up to you, Riley. She walks up to Athora.
Okay.
And she says, "Well, dear, how fare you in Dreamland?"
Pretty good so far, I think. I don't know.
Good.
Not dead.
Good. Were you able to best the Ice Devil?
Yeah, we all beat it.
Would you like to know something? I give you this freely and without malice. That Ice Devil had been set to guard a certain someone for a very, very long time. He had performed that duty for many years to great satisfaction. and then he had gotten another assignment shortly before his promotion. I suspect that certain someone aided you. And that certain someone had assured that he failed, so that he would have to start his 777 years of service all over again.
Oh.
Do you know his name?
No, I don't think so. Do you?
Yes, I do. Have a good day, sister. And she turns and walks away. And now everyone just turns and just walks away from you. And within seconds, the square that you're at, that's relatively close to the dock, is now empty.
Well, that went well.
Not menacing at all.
Definitely not. In time?
I imagine so. That seems like the best place to start.
Yeah. I can always use a good drink and something to eat and a little less nightmares.
Agreed.
I could go for more nightmares.
And it's funny because actually the only one of you who hasn't been to Masgate is Athora, since you met them after they left Masgate on the Pinsa Plains. And Scald says, "Do you mind if I join you?"
I would be delighted for you to join me. I've missed you. This is great.
And she walks up and she kind of reaches out and she puts her hand on the side of your face and kind of like tilts your head back slightly and goes, I guess you look okay.
Well, I did warn you I was pretty.
She still has on her necklace and her earrings. The necklace and the earrings of the bat,
right,
as they were called, fashioned by her father, master jewel crafter and artificer. But she can clearly see. And as far as...
Oh yeah, she has artificer roots. She's probably very helpful for this specific instance.
Very possibly. She might even know Prognati. You don't know.
You wouldn't happen to know someone by the name of Prognati, would you?
And she smiles and says, "Oh, that son of a gun. He's what is the word? The common a hoot. He's a hoot."
Well, it turns out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He's always making something new. Never can stay in one place too long, and never can stay on one project too.
Sounds like Qualish. Well, it turns out that's who we're looking for. I mean, we're in his head right now, sort of, kind of, I think.
That is unsettling.
Yes, well, trying times. We have to do what we must. But yes, we need to convince him to let go of the Hearth Stone so that the hag can go away and he can wake up, because he's in a trance, a coma. I don't know what he's done to himself, but he's not waking up, and he's using this stone to keep himself that way. I think he was doing it to hide from the ice demon that was here.
You have been having adventures, haven't
We
you?
have. I'm sorry I haven't been keeping you up to date lately. We've been a little distracted. There's been a lot going on.
I quite understand. I've been very, very busy myself. We've been working on the fortifications of Masgate.
Oh, wonderful.
The king believes that there is dark times ahead, even though the Sand Swallow Seas are ever so much safer now, thanks to y'all.
Ha.
There is still dark forces that we have sensed, both from the Pinsa Plains and from the marshes to the south.
You haven't happened to seen Duncan recently, have you?
Do you know I have?
That's a poor choice of words.
She actually laughs at that. She goes, "It's quite all right. It is a turn of phrase, and I use it myself all the time. No offense is taken." She actually came and consulted with me to make sure that the those, and she gestures to your backpack or to your quiver, that those were of quality. She had acquired them on one of her shipments.
And tell her, please, that they have been most useful.
Excellent. I am very glad to hear it. I'm always glad to be of assistance to such good friends.
Well, let's to the inn, shall we? And he puts out his arm
Absolutely.
for Skull.
And she takes your arm and she says it's always nice not to need it. But nevertheless, as y'all make your way, and as you walk, Athora, for a moment you get a vision. You get a vision and you see that vast plain again that you've seen before, where the giant cube of ice is off in the distance. But what you actually see more closely, where you are, is a figure screaming in agony and torment, and it's the Ice Devil. Because, as some of you may know, that if you kill a demon or a devil in the material plane, they don't always die. They sometimes are simply sent back. And that Ice Devil, and even y'all not being a fan of him, it's hard to watch. He is literally being taken apart and then put back together not well.
I figured by his accent he was being tortured by having people pour wine down the drain or something.
Yes, they are like, and now we will let this cheese go bad. And he said, no!
How can you tell?
It's the stinkiest of cheese.
Here, we will pair some nice cheddar cheese with a very dry wine.
Oh no.
No, that is truly awful. This only lasts for a moment, Athora, but you hear the voice of the person that has spoken to you before, and he says, I look after my own. And then you snap back, and y'all almost made it to the inn, which says Grundle's Inn, as it said before, and you actually see Fugly is outside. Now, he does have the face of a night hag, but he's strumming the tune of Chicken Shack as y'all walk in.
Yeah.
Stumbles left, his stumbles right, and so on, as y'all walk in.
It's nice that Fugly can bring such joy into a night hag's heart.
You open the door, and instantly, as you walk inside, as things happen in dreams, it is nighttime. You can tell it's night as you walk inside. It is nighttime, and the bar is full. People are drinking. People are dancing. There's a piano playing in the distance, and all of them have the faces of night hags, with a couple of exceptions. In the distance, where there would normally be a dart board, is Prognatty. He is hanging from the wall.
Oh.
And there are not darts being thrown at him.
That's good.
But there is a figure standing there, and it is waving a white wand at him, and you can see little wisps of energy coming off of him.
A white
Interesting.
wand.
Mm-hmm.
Using my magic sight, I mean, can I tell what kind of magic it's doing?
It is in some way draining vitality off of him. Can you give me a quick spot check?
Not my best feature, but yes. Numbers. Yeah, that's what I thought. 8. Not so good.
Well, it's definitely doing something not good to him. But
Right.
you that wasn't about magical knowledge. That was actually about something else. And the figure is turned to y'all. He's wearing a white robe.
Saruman!
That's right. He and then he turns around and he goes, "Many colors, bitches." No, he does not do that. Though I kind of wish that he did now. But that is what is happening.
And who is this figure in white? What do we notice about him?
His face is turned to you.
Well,
Though there's something familiar about him.
Well, we should probably.
Hey, Prognatty, the demon's dead!
Always
at
good to
his
click
name,
through it.
he actually, his eyes kind of flutter a little bit, but whatever is happening to him is keeping him from fully waking up.
So, Tix, being the wonderful, caring person that he is going to saunter over and place himself between the wizard in white and Prognatty and face the wizard and go ask him, just what do you think you're doing?
You walk between them, and this is whatever is being done to him is being cast on him, so it's not like it just hits you. But more importantly, when you walk in front, you recognize him. You didn't have a long encounter with him, but you all faced off with the wizard Casper. And the wizard who wanted all of you to sleep.
Please sponsor us.
That's right. And he looks down at you, somewhat puzzled, and his face is old and wizened, and he has long, he has a classic wizard look to him, and he says, "By Dindar's power, why do you interrupt my work?"
Because you shouldn't be on the clock, and you're retired permanently, and you need to stop.
It's almost like he doesn't know what to say to that. It just like he kind of blinks a few times at you, and he says he leans down a little bit and he says, "I will have the artificers soul for Dindar."
I'm going to
no.
while he's distracted by the gnome, I'm just going to walk up and try just snatching the wand out of his hand.
Okay. Make a this is a grapple, contested grapple.
Okay.
But you, I'm not going to quite say advantage. I'm going to give you a +2.
All right.
On this action. Because
it's a surprise after all.
Yeah.
A 19.
19. You snatch it out of his hand.
And
Just
when
straight
he
up.
does that, watching Penton, I'm going to try and nut him.
Roll to attack. This is unexpected. Unexpected. Roll to attack, and I'm going to say, given your height, and given the fact that he just had his staff wrenched out of his hand, you are not expecting it.
Okay.
He is not expecting it.
So
you actually get advantage on this.
Oh, straight punch. So the first one is a 16.
It would be a straight punch.
And the second one is a 22.
22. So this is a straight up nut shot, and it is successful. And as the old saying goes, you've never been kicked in the nuts until you've been kicked in the nuts by a gnome. That saying that everyone knows, of course.
I'm sure. My grandma taught it to me.
Exactly. And the shock on his face is complete. I would like you to roll 1d4 damage. Regular damage bonus.
Yeah. It's just a 2.
2? Okay. There's just a sickening crunch, and he falls to his knees and makes a sound. And he says, "This was not supposed to happen. I am the servant of Dindar."
Well, we all have dreams, and some days we realize our dreams just don't come true. Now, don't we?
"And sometimes your dreams are eaten." And his face blackens, and his body covers with smoke. It actually looks a lot like, for a moment, like that smoke monster, that dark monster that you fought when you were trying to save Osakai. That turned out to be just a guy with light. But this is different. It is more skeletal. The arms become long and skeletal, and two long whip-like objects sprout as it hovers above you. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
That was unexpected.
And of course, it opens its mouth and...
What a funky dude.
All right. And Tix?
13 for Tix.
13. And Benson?
22.
Benson is with a 22. And Riley?
15.
15 for Athora. And Merezi?
7.
7 for Merezi. Merezi is like, what the heck?
That's always a good sign.
We get a few more of these D12s.
Yeah, I'm going to need more D6s for the damage you're ultimately. No, I'm just Penton, that will bring it to you first.
Okay, well, smoke creature. Well, let's see. I've got my protection from evil, so hopefully it's an extra planar creature. I hope
both of yours are active.
Okay, so hopefully that will do something. Let's see. What do we do against a smoke creature? Other than I don't have any wind spells. Well, let's do something nice and simple like a magic missile at it, just to test the waters, as it were.
Okay.
See if that does anything. So that will be those. That'd be 16 points of damage if it does anything at all.
It most certainly does. This creature does have resistances and immunities, but magic missiles is not one of them.
Okay.
As they and you actually see it burn away some of the smoke surrounding it, as it writhes and twists, and it opens its mouth, and like it did before, but this time just a chaotic stream of disgusting black smoke just surrounds it for 10 feet in every direction as it screams. And I need everyone to make a wisdom, or that would be a willpower saving throw.
Okay.
I can do that.
6.
20.
20?
18.
Yep. 18, okay.
23 for Tix.
Excellent. So all of you feel this creeping sensation, the sensation you felt as a child when you had woke up and realized that one foot was out of under the covers and something was under your bed. But Merezi, particularly, you suddenly feel like you are a small child again. And the fears of an orc are not the fears of a human. It's not the fears of a skeleton attacking or something like that. And I invite you.
Do you want me
Merezi,
to tell you
Yes.
what she would have been afraid
yes,
of?
that is exactly what I would like.
Merezi is small. She's a little kid. Like, Merezi is naturally huge as a grown adult, but she is just a normal looking kid, but green and with pointy teeth. And she is in the woods, and she's alone. She's holding a little spear, just a little thing, and she's got this little bit of leather armor on her, but she is just on the ground, on her knees, covered in mud, and all around her she hears rustling in the bushes, and it's getting closer, and she's frozen. She can't move, she can't think. And as the dire wolf comes out of the brush, she can't even move her mouth to cry for mommy.
And For a moment, all of you actually see that small child, and like little bits of the trees and the woods kind of just are there in the bar around you, as she cries out, as her as this is.
She fails this test, this rite of passage, utterly fails it.
So you have lost your turn for this turn, Marisi, as you collapse to the ground. But that will bring it to Athora.
Woohoo! Okay. Let's attack it with the sword and see what that does. Or is it all smoke? No, it's...
I mean, there appears to be some physicality in there.
Okay, we'll aim for that then. If it doesn't work, well, we'll find something else. That is a 10 to hit for first attack.
That will not hit.
Okay, cool. That's a 9 to hit.
Oh dear.
So you do feel like there is something physical there, but it is amorphous and it's moving with you. I just want you to know that it's not like you just swing your sword and it goes right through it. But it's very hard to hit because of the undulating nature of it. And so as you swing, you just can't quite get a bearing on it.
Okay.
And Tix, it will bring it to your turn.
Okay, Tix is going to cast Divine Favor on himself.
Okay.
And that gives +1 per 3 levels on attack and damage. So that's a +2/+2. And
All right.
he'll be prepared for next round.
And you feel the strength of Garl Glittergold, even in this dreamscape, come to you. Now actually comes to Skald. Skald actually said a while back, Penton, that she used to be an adventurer.
Right.
That the life did not suit her, is the way she put it. She reaches into her pouch and she pulls out a small pearl and she hurls it down, and it strikes the ground below the creature, and there's just a flash of light, a very concentrated, almost as if there was a, moonbeam going straight up, that just catches the creature.
Nice.
Some creatures have things. Wait, hold on a second. So it does fail. Some creatures have things known as legendary actions, where they can just choose to succeed. So it does choose to succeed when it failed. So, she rolled really well, man. So she did 20. So it does. She still does 11 points of damage with this moonbeam that just straights up from the ground and bursts through the ceiling. And the thing does not care for it at all. But it also does not, even though it clearly does not like being covered in light, it does not appear to be especially weak to it. And that would have brought to Merezi. That is actually back to you, Penton.
Okay. Well, it doesn't like bright things. Well, I'm not much of a challenge then. Haha.
Shiny.
Shiny and bright. Let's see how it likes flame. I'm going to try a Scorching Ray attack. It'll be 2 beams worth.
Okay.
I shall roll for each. First one is a 16. Next one is a 21.
Okay. So the first one does not hit, but the second one does.
Okay.
And is there any save for that? Or is it just hit or not hit?
Let me double check. Saving throw, none. So yeah, it's just a straight attack.
Okay.
4d6. That's 17 points of fire damage.
Flames just lick back the darkness, push back the darkness on it, and you can see this just emaciated skeletal form inside.
Oh.
And it just screams in just fury and agony and anger, all of it mixed together. Y'all have done 46 points of damage to this creature, and that will actually bring it back to the creature. I need to make a roll. It does not recharge its scream, and so it turns on the weakest creature and attacks Merezi. Unfortunately, it also has the Dungeon Master's dice. So even prone, and even with its impressive bonuses, it rolled a 3 and a 6.
Nailed it.
I can't make this stuff up. It has a really nice to hit, but nope.
Not nice enough.
I'm actually curious how he doesn't hit her.
Maybe just Eureka.
She is currently she sees the wolf descending upon her. Of course, with its shadowy form, really the shadow monster of Casper, and Merezi is fleeing it. She's finally able to move her body, and she's crying out in her head. This is the high-pitched wail of a child, though of course in all the other players hear something more like
Ah!
And in fact, to that point, your paralysis lasts until his next turn, which was just then. So you scramble back, and everything kind of snaps back into place, and you're back in the bar. And Athora, that will bring it to you.
Cool, let's try to hit it again. Oh, that's better. Okay, that's a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Great. 16 points of damage.
Nice.
Alright, second.
As you slash into him, then your second attack.
24 to hit.
That will also hit.
Nice.
That was a nice. 10 points of damage.
Okay. 72 points of damage. So what happened was, between the moonbeam and the flames of Penton, this billowing smoke around it that made it very hard to track and see, almost like a blur spell, just kind of got pushed back, and you can see the emaciated form underneath, and you're just like, oh, there he is! Whack! Whack! And just tear into him, and as he roils and writhes, and his like floating tentacle stinger-like things are just jittering and skittering about, but hit's still a hit, and that will bring it to you, Tix.
And so Tix will have loosened Destiny Seeker and will take with both hands and swing upward into what has been revealed, and that will be a 26.
Okay.
Dang.
So
that will definitely hit.
ooh, max damage. So that is 10 points of damage. Oh, no, that's 14 points of damage. Sorry. 14 points of damage.
As you come swinging under where the nuticular area would have been had it still been human, you slice in, and this is a horrifying nightmare monster, but even it kind of does like a as you slice into there, and you can hear Destiny Seeker say, no blood of the wicked, and yet still satisfying. And that will actually bring it to Scald, who is kind of like, she's not used to combat. She's gotten out of practice, so she's kind of like, she's going through her pouch, and she pulls out a aquamarine looking thing, and she smacks it together, and suddenly there is just a deafening boom that goes through the room. Unfortunately, she's a little out of practice.
Oh no.
And so I need everyone except Merezi to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Do I automatically fail?
No, you
'Cause I'm
you
probably
actually are not.
prone.
You are the only one not in the blast radius.
Haha.
Tix
16.
rolled a 12.
Okay,
13 for me.
13.
16 for me.
Okay. So we have said before that Athora is much faster than people give her credit for. The way she could, like, say, catch a flying tiefling out of the air, things like that. And she just flies back out of the way. The rest of you are caught in a, let's call it a thundering wave, shall we?
Huh.
As it blows over you. Fortunately, it does also, because he rolls a 3. He is going to choose to save, but all 3 of you are going to take damage. I do apologize. This is a fortitude saving throw. So
Oh.
if that makes any significant difference.
Worse.
Yes. Yes, it does. That makes mine a 19 for Tix.
Okay.
I'm
Thora?
unchanged.
11. Okay, so you do fail, because this isn't about me. You are fast, but this is about toughness, and it just holding your ground. Everyone except for Tix is knocked to the ground, and Athora and Penton, you both take 12 points of damage. And the horrifying creature and Tix, you will both take 6 points of damage. And
Okay.
Skald says, "Sorry." She either forgot that it hits everyone, or she used the wrong one. You don't know which. And that will actually now bring it to you, Merezi.
Merezi immediately, like she is already in a rage. Let's see. So she's going to use both of her attacks.
Remember, when
on
you rage, you also have 3 attacks.
3 attacks. Do you know what the attack bonus is for the third? Is it the same as the second?
Let's say that it's the same.
All right. Merezi is not still in the woods. She is no longer a little girl, but her mind is still in this fight or flight reaction, but this time it's not flight. That is a 26,
That hits.
a not dirty 20, and a 15.
Okay, so the first 2 hit. So roll those damages.
All right. Right place. That's a 8 plus 7, 15 points of damage.
15.
She is absolutely tearing into this creepy ghost smoke man. She's yelling incoherently, not words, just kind of stuff.
So you all you've all got that going in your ears, and the smoke monster rising up, and then just over the cacophony, you just see this blur of hatred and anger as Merezi comes and is just tearing into him with her halberd, just shrak, as it is forced backwards, and you can see it like kind of jittering and not doing so great, one might say, and that will bring it to you, Vincent.
All right. Well, let's do something we know will work, and I'm going to send another volley of magic missiles at it. So that's something I can do while lying down, basically.
It is true. You don't have to get up to do that.
Oh, that's nice. 18 points of damage.
As they just there's no dodging it, there's no getting away from it. they just slam into this ethereal being, and they're actually, you can see that they're actually burning holes in the smoke as it begins to like part away and reveals like just blackened and dead bones beneath. That will bring it to the creature. He does recharge, and he lets forth another terrifying scream. And I need everyone to make a
Fortitude.
Will?
Fortitude saving throw.
I thought
Wait,
that was a
wasn't it
will
will?
save.
Sorry, no, it is a will saving throw.
Will.
Nat 20.
Okay.
17.
Marezi,
Oh, sorry.
that does it.
It's a non-natural 20.
Nice.
And that is a 27 for ticks.
Wow. So y'all are just not having any of this. He thinks that he's going to lay you all low. And remember that this burst of dark cloud, of like corrupted, disgusting cloud comes out. And he's used to letting this loose and then seeing the creatures around him, fall to the ground writhing. And as the smoke clears, y'all are still advancing upon him.
I mean, to his credit, we probably can't hear him right now anyway because our ears are ringing.
Roll to save versus tinnitus. But he does still have his other attack this round, and he is going to attack you, Athora. And one of them is a 25, which I assume will hit.
Yep.
I think that'll do her. As they say. So that is actually 15. No, that's his base.
Oof.
Plus, so that would be 20 points of damage. That's just one of his claws. Just rakes across you, and everywhere that your skin is exposed, which isn't much, it tears away at your flesh. It is a horrible feeling. It is cold and dark and clammy. And it is also your turn.
All right. Ow. 20, not natural to hit.
Okay. Roll the damage and remember to double everything. Oh, not natural, so it's not double.
Yeah. 16 points of damage. Second attack. 23 to hit.
Okay. The truth is the first one did it, but I would like you, Athora, to describe to me how Athora destroys this horrifying nightmare creature.
As I bring my sword down, I slash through and the mist disappears and you have the black skeletal body that we saw, and it slowly starts to flake away. Not like endgame dust, but like a gross, misty, swampy kind of dust. I don't know how to describe. Yeah, like that. Very much like that. And a pile of scabby dust is left.
And it writhes and twists and then just and then all that's left is the dead body of Casper, who apparently is dead again after y'all defeated
We're
him.
really good at killing.
Retired
Yeah,
for the second time.
That's right. As you defeat him, he falls to the ground, and then out of nowhere, a bed sheet just falls on top of him.
Whackity schmackity doo.
A bed sheet just falls on top of him, and then about like 10 seconds later, you're like, what? Like a book just boom hits him on the head.
Yeah.
And then a few seconds later, a comforter just boom, falls on top of him. And then just
Also, a stool that's really good for using, for getting that great angle for food.
a stool falls. No, actually, I'm going to say a empty chamber pot just boom hits him on the head. But if y'all want to know the reason for these things,
I
you'll
would.
have to listen to the next episode to find out, because that's where we'll end. Chafing Armor, episode 13. Thank you all for playing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you all for
Thank you for not killing
listening.
us.
Thank you. Y'all did a very good job taking down this Dream Eater and resisting his dark powers. Very, very good job.
I think that was the first non-joke sentence, like describing Morezi's dream sequence. I think was the first non-joke sentence I've said the entire podcast. Hey.
Thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
It was fun.
Listening.
And we'll pick up. We're going to have a fun side quest where we'll find out what Lee's character, Distant Bells, is doing in the real world. And then we'll get back to y'all and see what you can do here in Dreamland. But until that, have a wonderful evening.
You too, man.
And we will roll with you soon.
I made it very